Let's be honest. If your civilization runs out of toilet paper twice under the same man's presidency, it's not just a crisis, it's a prophecy. The great toilet paper shortage of 2025 isn't just a sequel to 2020. It's a ritual, a national farce repeating itself. Not because of chance, but because of structure. Because the same fragile systems that cracked during COVID are being willfully shattered again. This time not by panic, but by policy. Let's start with the facts. Not the headlines, not the hashtags, the facts. Most of the toilet paper in North America comes from Canadian pulp, not because Canada's polite, but because the boreal forests that stretch across the country are home to a specific kind of softwood that, when pulped and pressed, becomes the gold standard of human dignity, the double-ply roll. These trees are slow-growing, high-fiber, and uniquely suited for the mass production of soft, strong, and dissolvable paper. You can't just grow them in Arizona, and you sure as hell can't 3D print them. They are a gift of evolution, millennia of ecological patience, bundled into bark and cellulose. So, when Trump slapped a 27% tariff on Canadian lumber just months into his second term, he wasn't just taxing timber. He was kneecapping the very supply chain that wipes the ass of the American empire. And now, here we are, again. Just like in 2020, people are panic buying, shelves are clearing, bidet sales are skyrocketing, and in some regions, we're already seeing ration limits and price gouging. But this time, it's not a novel virus. It's a known factor. A man so committed to repeating history, he's turned America's collective sphincter into a theater of geopolitical slapstick. But don't get distracted by the surface comedy. This isn't just funny, it's revealing. Because the inability of a superpower to secure basic hygiene products for its citizens isn't a joke. It's a thesis. A case study in what happens when your national supply chains are built on efficiency rather than resilience. When your trade policies are crafted not by system sinkers, but by ego, grievance, and short-term bravado. Trump didn't just tariff toilet paper, he tariffed the planet. Steel, semiconductors, solar panels, car parts, medical supplies. Almost every input to modern civilization is being taxed or throttled right now, all in the name of nationalism. All under the illusion of bringing jobs back. But you can't bring back forests. You can't nationalize biology. You can't tweet your way out of a pulp shortage. And here's the Enlightenment truth buried under the absurdity. Liberty is not a flag. It's a system design. A truly free society is not one where a strong man barks orders from a podium. It's a society where the systems of life, water, food, energy, hygiene are so well designed, so transparently managed that no citizen ever has to fear scarcity again. The Enlightenment wasn't about slogans. It was about designing civilization so the worst days of monarchy and superstition would never return. It gave us checks and balances, transparent power, and empirically grounded governance. And yet, here we are, in the richest nation on earth, with billionaires in space and surveillance in every pocket, and we can't guarantee a clean wipe for the elderly, the disabled, the immunocompromised. This isn't the failure of capitalism. It's the success of capitalism as it currently exists. Because the Possewood principle tells us the truth. The purpose of a system is what it does. And what this system does, reliably, repeatably, grotesquely, is hoard, collapse, and blame. So yes, laugh at the empty aisles, mock the reruns of 2020, but understand this, we're not just running out of toilet paper. We're running out of margin, out of resilience, out of time. Civilizations don't collapse in a single moment. They erode, piece by piece. One day it's baby formula, the next insulin, then, somehow, it's toilet paper. Next, it doesn't matter. Because when the design of your economy treats interdependence as weakness, when your leaders treat expertise as betrayal, when your trade policy is written by men who see the world as a zero-sum game, eventually everything runs out. Unless we stop mistaking empire for order. Unless we stop designing for profit and start designing for permanence. Unless we stop laughing at the absurdity and start laughing through it. Until we find the courage to build something better. So remember this moment, not just for the memes, not just for the punchlines. Remember it as the absurd omen it is. Because if your civilization runs out of toilet paper twice in 5 years under the same man, it might be time to wipe the system clean and start again.